Have you ever felt like there's an invisible wall standing between you and your biggest goals? Like you know what to do, you might even know how to do it, but actually doing it feels like pushing a boulder uphill every single day? What if I told you that the key to smashing through that wall, to unlocking a version of yourself that consistently shows up and gets things done, isn't some mystical secret, but a skill you can build, sharpen, and master? We're talking about willpower, real, unshakable, iron willpower. And over the next 30 days, I'm going to show you exactly how to forge it. Think about it. How many times have you set an alarm for an early morning workout, only to hit snooze until it's too late? Or promise yourself you'd tackle that big project, but somehow the entire day evaporates into a blur of distractions and minor tasks, leaving you feeling frustrated and unproductive by evening? That nagging voice whispers, maybe I just don't have enough discipline, or I wish I had more self-control. This isn't just about missed workouts or unfinished tasks. It's about the slow erosion of your belief in yourself. It's about watching your potential lie dormant, like a seed that never gets the water it needs to sprout. You see others making progress, achieving their ambitions, and you wonder, what's their secret? The truth is, willpower isn't some genetic lottery you either win or lose at birth. It's more like a muscle, or perhaps a finely tuned engine. Neglect it, and it weakens. Feed it the wrong fuel, and it sputters. But train it, understand its mechanics, and it can become your most powerful asset, propelling you forward when motivation inevitably fades. That feeling of being stuck, of knowing you're capable of more, but constantly falling short, that ends today, because you're about to learn how to systematically build the mental fortitude to overcome procrastination, resist temptation, and consistently pursue what truly matters to you. All right, let's dive into the blueprint for building that iron willpower over the next 30 days. This isn't about a sudden, unsustainable burst of effort. It's about laying a rock-solid foundation, brick by brick. The first 10 days are all about awareness and small, consistent wins. First, we need to identify your personal kryptonite. What are the specific triggers, habits, or situations that consistently drain your willpower? For some, it's the endless scroll of social media. For others, it might be late-night snacking, hitting the snooze button repeatedly, or even negative self-talk that sabotages your efforts before you even begin. For the next 2 to 3 days, become an observer of your own behavior. Keep a small notebook or a note on your phone. When you find yourself giving in to something you wish you hadn't, or procrastinating on something important, just note it down. No judgment, just observation. What were you doing? What were you feeling? What was the trigger? Understanding these patterns is the crucial first step to changing them. You can't fight an enemy you don't understand. Second, embrace the 2-minute rule. This is a game changer for overcoming procrastination and building momentum. Coined by productivity expert James Clear, the concept is simple. If a task takes less than 2 minutes to complete, do it immediately. Don't put it on a to-do list. Don't think about it. Just do it. This could be anything from rinsing your plate after a meal, sending that quick email, putting your shoes away, or making your bed. Each time you complete one of these small tasks, you're casting a vote for the type of person you want to become, someone who takes action. These tiny victories accumulate, building a sense of accomplishment and making it easier to tackle bigger challenges. It's about reducing the friction to starting. Third, for these first 10 days, commit to one small daily act of discipline. And I mean small. This isn't about overhauling your entire life overnight. Choose one thing, just one, that you will do every single day no matter what. Perhaps it's drinking a glass of water as soon as you wake up, or reading just one page of a book. Maybe it's doing 5 push-ups, or meditating for 2 minutes. The key here is consistency, not intensity. This daily commitment serves as a willpower workout. It teaches your brain that when you decide to do something, you follow through. It's like a daily rep for your willpower muscle. What's one tiny thing you can commit to for the next 10 days? Decide now. Fourth, and this is absolutely crucial, you must fuel your engine properly. Willpower isn't just a mental game. It's deeply connected to your physical state. Think of your body like a high-performance vehicle. If you put cheap, dirty fuel into it, or never let the engine rest, How well do you think it will perform? The same goes for your willpower. Prioritize getting adequate sleep. Most adults need 7 to 9 hours. When you're sleep deprived, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision-making and self-control, doesn't function optimally. Pay attention to your nutrition. Are you fueling yourself with whole, unprocessed foods? Or are you running on sugar rushes and caffeine crashes? Stable blood sugar levels are key for sustained mental energy. And don't forget hydration. Even mild dehydration can impair cognitive function and deplete your willpower reserves. These aren't glamorous tips, but they are the bedrock upon which strong willpower is built. Neglect them, and you're fighting an uphill battle from the start. Okay, you've spent 10 days building awareness, achieving small wins, and shoring up your physical foundation. Now, in days 11 through 20, we ramp things up a bit. This phase is about actively building resistance and establishing routines that support your willpower. Fifth, it's time for scheduled willpower workouts. Just like you schedule time for physical exercise, you're now going to schedule brief, intentional challenges for your willpower. These don't have to be monumental. The idea is to deliberately practice resisting small, immediate gratifications or engaging in mildly uncomfortable but productive activities. For example, you could set a timer for 25 minutes of focused work, and when the urge to check your phone arises, you consciously resist it until the timer goes off. Or, try delaying a snack you want for 15 minutes. Another idea, when you're about to take a warm shower, start with 30 seconds of cold water. Sounds tough? It is a little, but each time you successfully navigate these small, controlled challenges, you're strengthening that willpower muscle. You're teaching yourself that you can tolerate discomfort and delay gratification. Start small and gradually increase the duration or intensity. Sixth, let's talk about environment design. Your surroundings have a profound impact on your behavior and, consequently, your willpower. The truth is, you can't rely on willpower alone to constantly fight against a tempting or distracting environment. That's exhausting. Instead, proactively shape your environment to make desired actions easier and undesired actions harder. Want to work out in the morning? Lay out your gym clothes the night before. Trying to eat healthier? Don't keep junk food in the house. Stock your fridge with healthy options instead. Struggling with phone distractions during work? Put your phone in another room or use an app to block distracting sites for certain periods. By curating your environment, you reduce the number of decisions you need to make using willpower, saving it for when you truly need it. Make your default choices the right choices. Seventh, leverage the power of pre-commitment. This is about making decisions and taking actions now, when your rational brain is in charge and your willpower is relatively high, to lock in future behavior and prevent your future, more impulsive self from derailing your goals. For example, if you know you struggle with unhealthy takeout for dinner after a long day, pre-commit by meal prepping healthy dinners on the weekend. If you want to ensure you go to the gym, prepay for a class or arrange to meet a friend there. By making these commitments in advance, you create a structure that guides your actions, even when your willpower wanes. You're essentially making a pact with your future self. Eighth, develop an if-then plan, also known as an implementation intention. This is a powerful strategy for dealing with predictable triggers and temptations. The format is simple. If X happens, then I will do Y. X is the trigger or obstacle, and Y is the specific action you'll take to stay on track. For instance, if I feel the urge to procrastinate on my report by opening social media, then I will immediately stand up, stretch for 1 minute, and get a glass of water before returning to the report. Or, if I'm offered dessert after dinner, and I'm trying to eat healthier, then I will politely decline and ask for a cup of herbal tea instead. By defining these responses in advance, you automate your reaction. You don't have to rely on in-the-moment willpower. You have a pre-programmed script to follow. Think about your common willpower challenges and create 3 to 5 if-then plans for them. You're now in the home stretch, days 21 through 30. You've built a solid foundation and started actively growing your willpower. This final phase is about solidifying these gains, pushing your boundaries a little further, and integrating these practices into a sustainable lifestyle. Ninth, it's time for the discomfort zone challenge. Throughout this journey, you've been gradually exposing yourself to small discomforts. Now, we consciously, but safely, step a little further outside our comfort zone. This isn't about recklessness. It's about understanding that growth happens at the edge of your current capabilities. Identify one or two areas where you've been holding back due to fear or discomfort, and intentionally push yourself. Maybe it's finally making that sales call you've been dreading, or speaking up in a meeting, or tackling a particularly complex part of a project. Or perhaps it's increasing the intensity or duration of your willpower workouts. The goal is to learn to embrace productive discomfort, to see it not as a signal to retreat, but as a sign that you're stretching and growing. Remember, the more you practice operating effectively under mild stress or discomfort, the more resilient your willpower becomes. 10th, harness the power of visualization for both success and failure. Spend a few minutes each day vividly imagining yourself successfully exercising your willpower in challenging situations. See yourself resisting temptation, pushing through procrastination, and achieving your goals. Feel the satisfaction and pride that comes with it. This mental rehearsal primes your brain for success. But also, briefly and importantly, consider the alternative. Visualize the consequences of not exercising your willpower, of giving in. How would that make you feel? What opportunities would be missed? This isn't about dwelling on negativity, but about creating a strong emotional contrast that reinforces your commitment to your desired path. Use these emotional drivers to fuel your resolve. 11th, and this is perhaps the most profound step, find and connect with your why. Willpower, techniques, and strategies are incredibly useful tools, but for them to have lasting power, they need to be connected to something bigger than just checking off tasks. Why do you want to build stronger willpower? What deep-seated values or aspirations will this help you achieve? Is it to be a better role model for your children? To build a business that makes a difference? To achieve peak physical health so you can live life to the fullest? To master a skill that brings you joy? Your why is your ultimate source of motivation, the wellspring you could draw from when things get tough. Write it down. Reflect on it daily. When your actions are aligned with a powerful purpose, willpower becomes less about forcing yourself and more about willingly choosing the path that leads to what you truly desire. Finally, 12th, as you approach the end of these 30 days, it's crucial to review and refine. This isn't a one-time fix. Building and maintaining willpower is an ongoing journey. Take some time to reflect. What strategies worked best for you? What did you struggle? What did you learn about yourself? What habits do you want to carry forward? How can you continue to challenge and develop your willpower beyond this initial 30-day period? Perhaps you set new, slightly more ambitious goals. Maybe you identify a new area of your life where you want to apply these principles. The aim is to make self-discipline and strong willpower an integral part of who you are, not just a temporary project. Continuous improvement is the name of the game. So there you have it, a comprehensive 30-day roadmap to forging iron willpower. But knowledge without action is just potential energy. The real transformation happens when you put these principles into practice. So, I challenge you. Start your 30-day iron willpower journey today. Don't wait for the perfect moment because it will never arrive. Pick one small commitment from that first phase. Maybe it's the 2-minute rule or identifying your kryptonite, or that one small daily act of discipline, and implement it right now, or make a concrete plan to start first thing tomorrow morning. What's one step you will take after watching this video? Let me know in the comments below. I'd also love to hear, which of these 12 steps resonates most with you right now? What's your biggest willpower challenge that you're hoping to conquer? Sharing it can be a powerful first step. And hey, if you found this guide valuable and you're ready to keep rising to your potential, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Rise Anyway for more content like this, and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. Let's build this strength together. Remember, the person you are today is largely a result of the habits and decisions you've made up to this point. But the incredible news is that the person you become tomorrow, next week, or 30 days from now is entirely up to you. You have the power to reshape your habits, to strengthen your resolve, and to build the kind of mental fortitude that can move mountains in your life. Iron willpower isn't about being perfect. It's about being persistent. It's about getting back up each time you stumble, learning from it, and continuing to move forward. 30 days. That's all it takes to lay a new foundation. Imagine looking back, just 1 month from now, at a version of yourself who is more focused, more disciplined, and more capable of achieving what you set your mind to. That journey, that transformation begins not with a giant leap, but with a single intentional step. Take that step today. You got this.